What's up everyone? Today, we're talking about roller bags. I'm gonna show you which one's my favorite and probably the best one on the market. Let's get into it. Let's get this out of the way. This is not a sponsored video. TravelPro hasn't paid me for anything. I wish you would, but they're not. This is just me telling you guys about an incredible product that I love. It's been awesome for me. And so yeah, so as always, most of my incredible items that I come across start with some type of story. And this story happened when I was traveling for work. I was in New York City. I'd had the same roller bag for a number of years, and I always thought, this thing is great. Why would I ever want another bag? And if you haven't been to New York City, one thing you have to realize is you carry your stuff everywhere you go. So you're not packing super heavy. You take a roller bag, but sometimes you land, you go straight to the office. So you take your roller bag with you. And then you gotta go to your hotel, which in my case was walking distance, but that was like 6 blocks away, which is not that bad. But you're rolling your bag through the mean streets of New York City. And upon the end of my first trip, as I was leaving to go catch my Uber in the city, I was like, man, my bag is not rolling good anymore. And I looked down and sure enough, the polymer wheel, it was like a traditional, like a rollerblade wheel. It had like exploded essentially. Like the hard outside had like cracked and like fallen off. And I was just rolling on like the really hard compound, like inner piece, which is essentially dragging my bag down the sidewalks of New York City. So what did I do when I got to the airport? I started looking for new bags. And I came across this brand right here. This is TravelPro. And this is the Elite something. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. And it's awesome. This is used by like half of the airlines. I probably should get these facts right. Hang on a second. All right, so we are back. TravelPro is a cool brand. They actually invented the roller bag over 30 years ago. It was a pilot, invented it for him and his crew. Pretty cool stuff. 30 years later, it is pretty similar to what it was then. And it's actually like why it's the choice of over 90 different airlines. This right here is the Platinum Elite soft side. It's a 21 inch, comes in a 20, lots of different sizes. The way I travel, like if I can get this bag to work for the most things, that was my goal. So I went with the 21 inch. They do have, so I got this 4 years ago in September. So a little over 4 years of use, been all around the country with it. In and out of airports, down roads, hotels, you name it. Pretty cool. So I'm not gonna bore you with like the outside dimensions. I'll go over some of the cool features though. So you got 2 pockets here on the outside. I usually will use this if I'm traveling with golf clubs. That's the only reason I have to check a bag is a set of clubs. I'll throw the like the actual check receipt in there, which is pretty nice. I don't think I've ever used that one. The outside pocket here, it can fit things like a laptop, iPad, stuff like that. Very nice. Timeout for a little bit of self-promotion. Please, 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 if you find any value in this, just hit the like button. You don't have to subscribe. I would love it if you would, but just give it a like if it's solid. Let's get back to it. If you're traveling with those things, here's one of my favorite features. Well, I mean, you can just see, look at this. This thing just rolls perfect. And that's because, here, I'll give you some techno babble, some jargon. Here we go. The Precision Glide System. These wheels, they're not like, look at this. So watch this wheel here. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn it, and it's like, see how it kind of like, it locks in? They have magnets in the base of these to kind of help each one of these wheels lock in. So when you're rolling in an airport or in a hotel lobby, or even in your kitchen, these things lock in, which is great. Helps it track really straight. I don't know about you, but the days of the days of pulling these things behind, like on end, the whole time, it gets kind of exhausting. It's hard on your shoulder, which some people could be like, oh, why is it hard on your shoulder? I'll tell you why, because I did that with a golf bag, and that's really hard on the shoulder because it's heavy as crap. And that's why my golf bag actually is separate. I'll do a separate video on that. They got this cool little spot back here. No more luggage tag needed. Oh, my information's on there, so we'll be blurring that out. This right here, one of the coolest things. So batteries, bags with batteries are not allowed on airplanes. You have to have a removable battery. And my old bag didn't have anything like that. This has got a pouch right here. So you can throw like a brick in there. Anchor is my battery brick brand of choice. Say that 3 times fast. But it's got a little USB cable, runs in there. And then the cool thing is, right here on the back, you flip that up and you got like a little USB. In this case, it's an A port. I think the new ones have C, or A and C, which is even better. That just shows that like they're not changing things materially, they're just keeping up with the time. So you can get this exact same bag today, same color, same everything, just with a couple nicer features to it. Some of the other things I really like are on the inside. The compression straps are amazing. Oh, here we go. Got a little dot bag that I just leave in there. So on the inside, you got, I don't know how loud that's going to be on my mic. On the inside, you got these compression straps here, which are awesome for basically, you know, I'm a big fan of rolling my luggage. So I roll all my, you know, shirts, pants, underwear, stuff, socks inside shoes, packing, like that's a whole nother animal. But get everything in there, get these compression straps on the top, get a little pressure on there, and then you can really cinch this thing down, which I love because it does have 2 inches of expandable space right here on the side. Here, I'll show you that through the magic of editing. This piece expands. I'm not a fan of that because it's just harder to get in overheads that way. I will say it's kind of built like, you see this? It's like a wedge shape. So depending on the carry-on or the luggage compartment you're working with, there's probably a bigger side and a smaller side. So if you think about that, might be not that big of a deal. One of the other things that I don't use personally, but it's pretty nice, it has a zip-in suiter that it came with. So if you're traveling, you got some, you know, you got to wear a suit or dress or whatever the case may be, you can actually fold it up in there, fold it nicely, put it right in the top. It zips in, which is nice as well. So the last thing I'll touch on here is, it sounds so, everyone's like, what? I told people, I'm like, no, this bag is awesome. I feel like people need to know about this bag, but how do I say this? This is like one of those simple things, like just a piece of luggage, but it's not just a piece of luggage. Like it's kind of like your home, it's your closet. It's got everything with you. Like it's more than just a bag when you're toting it around, traveling to new places you've never been before, navigating crazy airports. You know, and a bag goes with you. Like it sees what you see. It's there for the trip. So it kind of becomes like this odd travel companion. I know that might seem like a stretch, but like all the features that are good on it, like this, the telescope, like just the quality, the multi-position handle, it's so satisfying. And the click, it's nice. It's just nice. And anybody who knows me knows, look, you buy once, you cry once. And if you really like it, sometimes you buy again, but you still only cried that once because you're so happy to buy it again because it was that good. And this is just one of those things. I've had several people ask me, they're like, hey, what bag is it that you have? I will go for like straight up a week out of this bag. You got to be smart with your shoe choice. Usually I'm traveling like with a little backpack too, but I mean, it's hard to beat. Okay, look at this. This is the stuff. I just figured this out. This is the stuff I'm talking about. Side handle. We've seen them a million times. Look, when you go to pull, there's like this little plastic like slider that goes around these pieces of hardware that has like a little, you know, it's like it's collapsible. How nice is that? It's leather wrapped. It's all stitched on the back. On the bottom, you know, I was thinking about like, oh, you got to put this in the overhead compartment, like figure out which side's the big side. Well, if the big side's in, you're pulling on this handle, great. But what if this is the way? They got this little hand grab right here, just in case you got to pull the bag from this side. They've thought of everything. Amazing bag. I cannot hype it enough. I've probably hyped it too much if I'm being honest. But you got to get one for yourself and then you'll find out. I think they're giving me an affiliate link or something like that. So if you're interested, you can check it out. They do have a sale around the holidays. It's awesome. Yeah. Let's talk about bags. Bags. Let's talk about TravelPro. TravelPro, you will like it. TravelPro for me? You down for scuba?